Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. It is Coffee Talk with Sarah. Thank you for being here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah from She Talking and Design, and it is Friday. Happy Friday, friends. You made it through the short week after a holiday. If you are one of my Canadian viewers, this was a short week for you, and congratulations, you made it through. If you are anything like me, this week has thrown you for a bit of a loop because of the holiday, and I'm about to share all of that with you. So let's jump right in. So this week was a bit of a whirlwind. I'm not gonna lie. It was for all sorts of different reasons, but I'm gonna try and unpack some of that with you because I feel like I said before in previous vlogs, transparency is really important to me, and this is all part of a process. And I'm sort of video journaling, for lack of a better term, this process as I build this business, and it's not all gonna be positive. It's not all going to be good days, and this week was filled with a number of those not so great days, and I just want to sort of touch on them, and we'll see how that goes. So let's start out with what happened in the week past, and what were the things that we worked on, and as a family, what went on here. So I think the big overshadowing piece this week was that Addison was not well. So that makes for things to be a little bit challenging. When you've got a member of the family who's not feeling well, it certainly puts a bit of a different spin on things, and makes things happen a little bit differently. We managed that she was the only one who was unwell, and it was just a cold, but it's still, that I say just a cold, with a child who is not neurotypical. It's a little bit more than just a cold, and maybe someday I will share a little bit more about Addison and her as a child, but I would need to get her permission to do that first. So she was sick from Saturday until Wednesday. Thursday she went back to school. So that puts a little bit of a different spin on it. When she's here, it makes it difficult for me to craft and create and think and organize and do all the things that I need to do. So things went a little bit off the rails. Saturday I did a YouTube live that also went a little bit off the rails, to be completely honest. We'll put that in the cards here for you. So if you haven't already seen that, you can go back and check it out. I did my first attempt at watercolor, and I'm all about trying new things on live with you. I don't do all that stuff behind the scenes. I want you to see, as a crafter, what it's like. I'm not a professional. I'm a crafter, and I want you to see what it's like to try something new and how you can pivot or spin when things don't go exactly as you want them to go. And that's exactly what happened with the watercolor. We were on for a really long time. I tried 2 or 3 different ways to do it, and the third time actually took, and I was happy with the results. I wouldn't call it watercolor. I am going to attempt again a different way, a different form, because I did end up using chalk paste, but anyway, I'll let you check it out in the video here, and I will also give you a photo of the final project because I am really happy with how it turned out. That was on Saturday. I did a live with you, and then on Sunday, Avery and I ended up going and visiting family northeast of here, and spent the majority of the day in the bush connecting with friends and family and nature. It wasn't exactly the same as it has been in past years because I had to leave Addison and Greg behind. Greg hasn't been feeling 100%, and Addison obviously was sick, so she wasn't going anywhere. So we sort of divided and conquered, and I went and spent some time with my family in the woods, and I really needed that. I am somebody who connects with nature in order to recharge, and certainly in the summertime that's at the beach, but in the fall and in the winter I would prefer to be in the forest. So that's what we did, and I will leave a clip for you here so you can sort of see some of the things that we did. But we enjoyed a fabulous meal. We did some hiking, and we just visited and spent some time with family that we don't normally see, and that was definitely very, very positive for us. week is where things kind of got a little crazy for me. And I don't mean crazy in the sense that there's all sorts of things going on here and I can't manage that, because that's not the case. And look at Belle. She's just laying here. My good puppy. I mean, it got a little crazy in my head. I am struggling, and I will share more of my story over time, but it's been a difficult year. I've tried to put a positive spin on it, try to maintain a positive attitude and outlook. That's really important to me. I do solely, truly believe that what you live and think every day is what's going to come back to you. So I really am trying to remain positive, but it has not been easy. I lost my job, I lost my career, I lost most of my friends, and it hasn't been easy. I'm using art and crafting and this new adventure as part of my therapy to get pulled around, but it's not easy at 45 to go everything pulled out from underneath of you and you have no idea what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So I've struggled a bit this week, and I'll try and keep it as light as positive as possible, but my head hasn't been in the right space. And I think partially because I didn't have the opportunity to craft as much, because crafting definitely is my therapy, but also because I just feel so disorganized right now. And those of you who are watching this who know me are probably thinking, what, Sarah, disorganized? But I'm really struggling to figure out how to get all of this stuff put together in an organized fashion. So please grant me some grace and some forgiveness if things are not exactly as scheduled or exactly as planned, because I'm certainly beating myself up because I'm not meeting my own expectations, and I'm struggling with that a little bit. So it is definitely not easy to sit here and be this vulnerable with the camera, although I know other people will be watching that, and that's part of the reason why it's difficult for me. But I've made the vow to myself that this is going to be authentic, and this is going to be a true reflection of what it's like to start a business, and what it's like to run a craft business. And I want you to see the ins and outs, and that means that it's not always going to be positive. I also think I look at things from the perspective of what will people think when they view my lives or my vlogs? Are they going to think that everything's always positive all the time? And then are they going to compare themselves to that? Because I know for myself that I do that sometimes. I fall into that comparison trap. And I want you to recognize that it's not always positive. I do my very best to show up for you 4 times a week live and create with you and craft with you. And I put on a big smile all of those days so that you have something positive to come and watch. And I am genuinely happy in those moments because I'm crafting and I'm creating. But starting a new business is not easy. It's hard. It's hard work. It's a lot of grueling hours, and I'm not complaining. I just want you to see that side of it as well. So that's enough of that talk, and you know where my head's been at this week, and I'm not 100% on my A game, and I'm trying to pull myself out of a bit of a funk. So that's it for that. Wednesday, I created an amazing string art project, which was super fun, and I will put a picture of it here so you can see. It was really reminiscent for me of my camp days. I've been thinking a lot about camp lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's this retreat, but I had a lot of fun always creating crafts with kids, and as a child when I went to camp, but also in my beginning career when I was running camp all the time for children. So it really brought me back to those times. So I really enjoyed that project. I did make a couple of adjustments to it after I was done being live because I didn't like it exactly the way I'd done it. So I will put a picture of it here so you can see the changes that I made if you saw that live. If not, you can find that live on Facebook, and I linked my Facebook community down below. make sure you come and follow me there, because that's where all of the sales and specials happen. They have to be kept in a closed group so that I'm in compliance with the company's rules. So anything that's a special of mine, whether I'm running a game or a lottery board or a special that's just for my VIPs, all of that happens in that closed private group, and you can find that information down below if you would like to join. The other big thing that I'm really working on, and this is one of the things I'm struggling on a little bit to get organized, is I really want to do an email newsletter. The process of planning workshops is underway and almost done. But the process of communicating those out to the masses so that everyone sees what's happening is where I'm struggling. Social media is suppressing content. There's algorithms that you have to deal with, and it's just not an effective way to get information to people. But everybody has an email address. So I'm going to endeavor to do an email list request form this weekend, and you will see that, so that if you want access to what's happening in terms of the workshops, you just need to get on the newsletter mailing list. And it won't be, I won't use it for spammy purposes. You know, I'm not going to sell your email addresses. I'm not that big of a creator. Nobody's looking for my email list. But it is the easiest way for me to get information blasts out to people. And I'm thinking twice a month maybe is where I'm going to start with, maybe even only once a month. Let's set the bar here, and I can rise to the occasion. I think that's probably where I need to be today. So anyway, look for that. That is coming this week as well. And the other big thing is we're really pushing. We're 7 days till our retreat. And I have 19 ladies who are coming to join me in a weekend long retreat. And we are going to craft, and we are going to make new friends, and we are going to relax and recharge, and we are going to be in nature for an entire weekend. And I am so excited, but at the same time, I'm also scared. These 19 people have put their trust in me to create this event, and I do have confidence in myself. I can create this event, and it's going to go off without a hitch, but that's probably contributing to my high levels of anxiety right now, because I want to make sure that it's perfect. And even as I say that word, I know that perfect is not attainable, but I want to do my darndest to make sure that everyone has a fabulous experience and gets what they need from a retreat, because I hear the stories. All of you ladies are reaching out to me, telling me how much you need an escape, and you need a break, and you need some time to recharge. And I want to make sure that I do my best to create that for you. So the retreat projects is where I'm at. All the supplies have been ordered, anything that needed to be ordered. And I'm just putting together the surprise project and picking up all the local supplies. And then there's also some prep work that needs to happen here. I need to cut some wood pieces. Greg's going to help me with those, and we'll get all that stuff together. And I can't wait to show you. I'm going to try and go live, but if I can't go live because of signal, all of this stuff, technology, then I'm going to record as much as I can, and I will do a special video upload just of the retreat, so you can get sort of a sense of what it is that we're doing, and maybe you'll choose to join us the next time. I'm really hopeful that this goes off really well, and that I can work with this venue again, and we can host another event. I'm thinking probably February. And we can do a winter one, and give an opportunity for people to get away, maybe some new people who would want to join us, and maybe a parent and child one. I'm not sure. I'm still experimenting. We'll see. So that's my primary focus right now. And I'm also prepping projects, because I am in a couple of Christmas vendor events. I'm going to give one last kick at the can. The ones in the summertime were not super successful for me. I'm not sure why. I'm still analyzing that. Maybe it was my products, maybe it was a price point, maybe it was location. There's so many different variables and factors there, but I'm going to give the Christmas ones a go. So I have 2 booked in November. and I'm going to give those a go. There might be one more in December as well, but I'm going to give those a go and see how they work out. If they don't work, then I don't know. I'm going to have to reevaluate. Perhaps finished goods isn't my jam. So we'll see. I will keep you posted on what happens with that. So lastly, I had promised you a walkthrough of the living room design as it's done, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually insert some footage here, and this is where it's going to live. It's not a big space. It's not going to be a big video, but I do want to show you on my camera, because I know when we did the live that night, it was difficult to see just because of the distance, and I'm not able to zoom on my camera right now. So I'm going to do a walkthrough, and I will put that right here for you. So my design style is definitely more rustic and a little bit country maybe. It's a bit of a mix of things, but I definitely would describe it as comfortable. That's what's important to me. I have 2 kids and a husband who live in this space, and it's hard enough just to keep it tidy, but I do like to look at pretty things that I have created and pretty things that I possibly have bought, although most of the things in this space are things that I have created, and that makes me happy. For myself, mentally, I need to have a clean space, a tidy space, not a bunch of clutter and things around. That's important to me. And just having a few pretty things, beautiful things to look at also makes me very, very happy. So I hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough. I know Addison has been working hard on decorating her bedroom, and I think she wants to do her own little walkthrough. So I will certainly share that with you when she gets it done. Because she wants to show you her space. So I will post that for you once we get it all done. And I think that's it for me. I'm like I said, I'm trying to get myself out of this mental funk and get my stuff organized and get back on track. I will be live tomorrow night. So if you're watching this today, it's Friday, October the 15th. And if you are watching this, then I will be live tomorrow, Saturday, on YouTube. And lastly, I did want to say a huge thank you to a number of my VIPs have been sending me projects and inspiration and ideas and things that they have found. And that is absolutely fabulous. It means so much to me. I absolutely love it. So if you have been like, oh, I like this idea, send it to me, please do, because it gives me inspiration. It also gives me a little bit of insight into what are the kinds of things that you really like to, or that appeal to you. So please keep them coming. It means the world to me. Thank you. And I'm going to try and incorporate some of those ideas into upcoming crafts in the months ahead. It is full speed ahead to Christmas, and I know there is like this, do you craft Christmas before Remembrance Day or do you not? And honestly, as a craft business, I have to craft Christmas before Remembrance Day. It is not, it's not meant to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. We will honor our veterans on Remembrance Day in due shape, probably with a craft, but I have to be crafting Christmas at this point. So there will be some Christmas things coming up. We're wrapping up. Fall is pretty much done. Halloween, there'll be a couple more things that come in, and then it's full speed ahead. Winter and Christmas, here we come. So the other thing that happened this week that is not craft related, but is lifestyle related, is that I am still in the middle of the Triple Threat Challenge. And that means it's 3 different challenges over the month of October, setting myself up with some healthy habits. And we're going to layer in a couple of other things here. Actually, let's start with the fact that there are 2 different diet and lifestyle needs in this household, and one of them is new. So I will be doing some more meal planning in order to make my life a little bit easier. It's important that everyone have healthy food options for them, but my health requirements and Greg's health requirements are a little bit different. And I want to show you, because I think that's relatable for other people. And I want to show you how you can quickly and easily and affordably do meal planning and meal prepping and make meals that everyone will eat without having to make 2 or 3 different options for everyone. So I'm going to attempt to do that, and I will share some of that content as well. I'll throw up a picture of one of the meals that I did this week that appealed to everybody, that was pretty easy to put together, and I would say inexpensive as well. That's the direction that I'm going in. So that's one of the things that we're working on here from a lifestyle and health perspective. The Triple Threat Challenge for me this week included, maintaining my healthy choices and my daily movement and all of those things. And if you're following me in stories, you would have seen my daily walks and some of the things that I am seeing in nature on those walks. But the big news, the big thing that I want to talk to you about is the 24-hour fast. I said that I had never fasted before for a full 24 hours. I do intermittent fasting, so that means my eating window is typically like between 12 and 8 or 12 and 9. But I went a full 24 hours on fasting this week, and I felt fabulous. It really was a bit of mental clarity, more energy, which just seems weird to me, because I would have thought that without eating that my energy would have been a little bit lower, but it wasn't. It was much higher, and I've posted a little bit about it in Facebook and Instagram, and I'm getting feedback from others that that's the norm. That's what people are feeling when they do this. So that's really positive. I'm excited about that. I had some broth, which was really yummy. And I think I'm going to explore that as some option moving forward, and just try and get myself to try a few different new recipes this week. So stay tuned. We're continuing on with that triple threat. And the next big thing is that 60-hour fast. And I'm really still a little nervous about it, but I'm a little less nervous now that I've done the 24 hours, and the broth really does help. So I'm excited to share more about that. So make sure you're following me on Facebook and Instagram so that you can see my stories there, because I'll do more up-to-date little bits and snippets as I go. So make sure you're following me there too if you're interested in how that big fast goes. That's next week. I did have someone ask a question in the comments that I didn't get a chance to answer. Someone was asking me what the planner book was that I had used for meal planning. I will leave a picture of it here, and I will try and link it down below. I'm pretty sure I did. I got it off Amazon, so I will link it down below so that you can find it for yourself. I find it really handy to keep everything organized and in one place. So you might find that handy too. Lastly, I just want to say a great big thank you. I appreciate you watching these videos and you helping to build our business, whether you're shopping as a customer or you're just watching and sharing my content and contributing to the dreaded algorithms that are in every branch of social media. We'll call them branches. Thank you so much for interacting with the content and commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, all of those things. That means a lot to a small business owner. I can't say it enough. It's not just customers and purchases and workshops and participation. That stuff all means the world to me as well. That's all definitely revenue building. But sharing, commenting, liking is as important or more important. And I just want you to know, if you're doing those things for me, I appreciate you. I really do. I see you and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are helping me to build my business and grow things. So thank you very much. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for listening and for listening to me ramble. And if you have questions or you have comments, please leave them in the comments here below on YouTube, and I will get back to each and every one of you. If you're wondering where I am on Facebook, on Instagram, or on TikTok, I will leave all of those links in the description down below so you can see them. I post in my stories daily, and I try and put different content there that you don't see in other places. So come and follow me in those places as well. And again, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and commenting. It is helping to build our business, and I appreciate it so, so very much. If you've liked this video, I hope you will consider subscribing and hitting that bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fabulous Friday, and I hope to see you over on our live on Saturday. See you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.